We good?
Yeah.
All right. The goal today, and I don't know if I'll make it or not because I haven't done this for a couple of years, 11 types of eggs in 20 minutes. All right? Now, that's hard to do. Why did he leave?
We go get something.
Oh, okay. I've got eggs out. I've got one pan here with a lid if I need it, and I do. I've got a cutting board. I've got ingredients for omelets. If anybody wants to make an omelet, this is all I got. So we'll do that too. And some other things that we'll get to when we get to that egg. Today, I'm going to show you scrambled. And if you can, will you scan in on these cards? Scrambled eggs that you probably already know how to make. An omelet. There are directions on each one of these cards. So depending on what kind of egg you want to make tomorrow, that's what I'm wanting you to copy down on that paper. The directions for the egg. We're going to make 4 different types of fried eggs. I didn't even know if you knew there were 4 different types of fried eggs. We're going to do my favorite, which is basted eggs. Then we have 3 different types of boiled eggs. Soft boiled, hard boiled, and deviled. And anybody not ever have a deviled egg? Deviled eggs are good. They're real popular around these parts. And the last one, the piece de resistance, the hardest egg in the world. That's the poached egg. All right? Gordon Ramsay uses it as a big test. Poached eggs are hard. It's the hardest egg you'll ever make until you get into souffles, which we never have even touched. So, I'm going to go ahead and start. I need somebody to set me a timer for 20 minutes. First thing, I'm just going to grab my eggs. I ain't going to drop them until you get me started.
12 minutes?
20.
Oh.
You ready? Start. First thing I'm going to do is drop my eggs very gently into this boiling water
Yeah, I know.
for my boiled eggs. Now, I need somebody to set me a timer for 6 minutes. Somebody else. Timer for 6 minutes. I'm going to turn my pan on so I can go ahead and get my fried eggs started. I've got my boiled eggs in. The 6-minute egg is soft in the center, but the white is cooked. It's going to boil for 6 minutes, then I'm going to take it out and put it in cold water. I'm going to leave the other one in there for 12, the other eggs. Then I'm going to take them out. Trick for boiled eggs. Put some baking soda in the water, a little bit, like a teaspoon, tablespoon. Helps the peel come off
Wait,
easier.
you wanted us to start the timer, right? Like
Yes,
for 6,
12 minutes.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
6, no.
No, 6 minutes, my bad, 6 minutes. I've got my pan on. I'm going to start with fried eggs. For fried eggs, we use cooking oil, not butter, okay? Most of the time when you order fried eggs, they're going to give you eggs that are fried in grease. All right, this is bacon grease that I'm using, which is what I recommend if you be frying some eggs, okay? Now, they're not my favorite because I don't like crunchy eggs. Fried eggs are cooked in a skillet. No, that's boiled. Fried, cooked in oil in a skillet, and they have brown edges, okay? I don't like the brown edge of an egg. That's why I like basted ones, which are cooked in butter. That's the only difference, and you cook it with the lid. Now, I'm using a non-stick pan. Any kind of pan that has this kind of coating on it is a non-stick pan. Do not come in here tomorrow and be grabbing like me. Your life will be miserable, okay? Eggs stick to this something awful. I recommend what I do at my house is I go to the dollar store every year. I get a $6, $7 non-stick skillet. That's my egg pan for the year. Okay? Nothing else gets cooked in it except eggs. Right? You want non-stick for eggs. And we have quite a few. Now, I do like using an iron skillet for eggs, but it's tricky. Alright? They need to be seasoned very well. They don't stick, but the ones at your house might. For a non-stick skillet, don't ever use metal. It scrapes off that coating. You should not eat that coating. Okay? It's gonna give you cancer or something, or a third eyeball. We don't want to eat it. I'm double checking my eggs. Everything's good. Get them back to boiling over here. And we gotta get this skillet heated up. Yeah, scooch it around, please, or I'm gonna walk on you and it's not gonna be pretty. You're over there for your safety, not mine, okay? Now, sunny side up egg is something y'all is gross. Nobody ever orders them. They're nasty. Yesterday or the day before, we were talking about the string. See it? See the string? That's what you're looking for. It's not like an obvious bungee cord. It's just a little trail of a string. That is a sign of a fresh egg. Okay? Now, obviously, my pot's not that hot yet. But for a sunny side up egg, fried sunny side up, I am not going to flip it. Not once. They are never flipped. Which means what? It's nasty. They're raw on top. They are. And I used to work at the Waffle House, and honey, people eat raw eggs. They do. They're called sunny side up eggs. They're so gross. Now, one thing I have seen chefs do is they'll take the grease in the pan and they'll actually flip the hot grease over the top of the egg to kind of cook that white a little bit. But it'll get sent back if somebody truly wants a sunny side up egg. It'll get sent back. But watch how easy that egg moves. See, it's not sticking to anything. It's sliding around. And I'll show you a little bit easier. I'm almost spitting it. You see that? Don't matter. Nobody's going to eat this one anyway. It's gross. At this point, you can season. I recommend you do. Salt and pepper. Whatever you want to put on it. We got hot sauce. We got cayenne pepper. We got any kind of spice you want up in here. Now we're getting somewhere. You would cook it until this white kind of loses a little bit of its shine, but not all of it, okay? And that'll be our, let me scooch this over. We'll put it right beside of it. Sunny side up egg. How am I doing on that 6-minute timer?
You got a minute and 30 seconds left.
Awesome. Now, my mother used to do that, but she would take the grease and kind of splash it over. What? Why does everybody keep laughing at me? Do I have a booger or something today? What's up with this? Alright, it's done. That's a sunny side up egg, y'all. Gross. It's beautiful. Looks like sunshine, doesn't it? But it's also like really, really grossly raw. Now, that's my sunny side up. Then I'm going to do fried over easy, which you probably heard. It's also called over light. That means that the white is a little bit runny and the yellow is very runny. Okay? You always want to crack an egg on a flat surface, not a sharp one. That's an error that a lot of people make too. If you crack it on a flat...
It'll crack the inside of the egg.
Yeah, it's less shell. It actually makes a place for your thumbs to go. But I'm going to go ahead and put all 3 of those fried eggs in here, because all 3 of them can be in the same pan. And if you get really good, you don't need 2 hands to open an egg, right? Aw. Alright, how much time on that 6-minute egg?
Just went off.
Just went off? Awesome. I'm swapping that bad boy out of there, this slotted spoon, and I'm putting him in a little bit of cold water. Now, set me another timer for 6 minutes, please. 6-minute egg. Cold water. Just to cover it. You don't want it cold. Now, for my fried eggs, over medium is my favorite, other than basted. I like a runny yolk, but the white needs to be all the way done. Okay? I like runny white on the egg. So, these, all 3 of them, do get flipped. People make, man, why does that want to stick to my spatula today? I don't like that. People make, look, watch those eggs slide. That's what we're after. They ain't attached to that pan anywhere. People make the mistake of flipping their eggs way too high. They want to go way up here and flip the egg. It's going to bust if you do that. You don't want busted eggs for fried eggs, okay? Be real careful with this. Come on, egg. Get it as close to that pan as possible to flip. And see how it didn't flip all the way? Be real gentle with it. It'll be alright. No busted yolks. That's a sign of not cool. Now, man, that one's dancing. That would be over light. Over easy. And I forgot to cut up my omelet stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that while that bad boy finishes up. How we doing on the 20-minute timer?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, that's not
Oh.
you. Don't worry about it. Rock on. We doing good. Tomato. Huh? We're doing good. We're fine. Mushroom. This is a Western omelet, which is one of the most popular. It is green pepper, cheddar cheese, tomato, bacon, mushrooms, and that's it. Yeah, Western omelets are real popular. I don't like peppers in my omelets at all. Now, this egg will be over medium. And this bad boy is going to be over well. Yeah, it's fine. It ain't going nowhere. I got this. Promise you. Now, if you want something else for your omelet, you're going to have to bring it because I ain't going back to Walmart tonight, okay, folks? Dang. That's a new kind of torture right there. Let me tell you. Green pepper. And you can kind of see, like, oh yeah, that one's over hard. Now, I'm going to switch to butter. Because, see how that egg's brown? I don't like that. I don't like a crunchy egg at all. So I cook with butter, not grease. I will cook pancakes in the bacon grease, though, because it's really good. And bacon grease and green beans. But for eggs, I want butter. It's got a lot of water in it. So the eggs kind of boil and kind of fry. And these are my favorite eggs. They're kind of like a fried egg, but you put a lid on them. The dishwasher's throwing me. I keep hearing that noise. You also don't want to bust your egg too far above the pan either because you're going to bust that yolk the second that it hits the pan. And I always salt mine before I put the lid on. That way the salt will dissolve. Lid. The steam actually helps cook the eggs. And they won't get brown or crispy because of the butter. Basted. Soft boiled. How many minutes on that? 6 minutes.
A minute 19.
How many?
A minute 19.
119?
Yeah.
Okay. See, you crack the egg. You want it a little bitty cracks all the way around it. And I just stand at the edge of the sink. And I get in the corner of the sink. And I just do little bitty taps all the way around. This is our 6 minute egg. They are usually served in a cup. I don't have one that's small enough. But they're usually served in a cup. Look at how easy the peel comes off with the baking soda. They're usually served in a cup. And people open them in the cup and then they eat it with a spoon. But we don't got none of that, so we're just going to keep them there.
I cannot.
Take the lid off your basted eggs. Time up. And I would flip these for y'all, but I'm scared I'm going to hit you this morning. Like I can flip them without the spatula, but I don't want none of y'all burnt. Ah, they're brown. The pan was too hot. It's okay. Now, it's probably the bacon grease left over. But when you taste these, you will taste the difference. We'll do one more of the basted egg if we have time. Now, boiled eggs. Take the pan real careful. Set it against the edge of the stove. Get the boiling water out. Fill it up with cold. Put a lid on it. That also helps with the peeling process. It creates steam. You remember the air pocket that we saw on the diagram of the egg?
Yeah.
It creates a pocket of steam in that air pocket, which kind of makes the shell go so that the shell comes off easier. In case you can't tell, I hate peeling eggs. Hate it. Like, it's the bane of my existence. I cannot stand it. Basted eggs. 1, 2, 3. We're going to try that one more time because that pan was a little bit too hot. And those eggs should not be brown. Let's just do one. I did turn it down, but it was a little too late. Still a little too hot. Okay. Ah. Alright, are we doing on the 20-minute timer?
5 minutes, 45 seconds.
5:40. 5:40.
5:40, good. Nah, we're not gonna make it. The poached eggs gotta cook for 5 minutes. Should have started that a minute ago. It's alright. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. That's okay. Peeled eggs, hard boiled peeled eggs. If you have fingernails, this is especially difficult because your fingernails just want to cut the egg to pieces. And I like my fingernails now. I ain't got a lot going on, but I got pretty fingernails. Oh no! Oh no, más fina, por favor. Cerveza.
What does that mean?
I worked in a bar way too long. Way too long. It's Corona's slogan, Cerveza más fina. And in vino veritas. You know that part too. In wine there is truth.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's for real though. It's like a secret truth potion. Alright? Trace. Now, poached eggs. Whoa, dude. This pot has 4 inches of water in it. It is right at the boiling point, but not boiling. Do you want to come over here and film this?
Sure.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar to this water. This is what helps. This is what helps with the poaching process. And if you guys want to get close to this and watch, you can too. You need a shallow dish. You're going to crack your egg in the shallow dish. Face the egg. You're looking all beautiful. It's like I got it down on I'm going to crack a raw egg in a shallow dish. And it's going to go from this dish into that water. If you try to break it into the water from the shell, it'll never work. My slotted spoon's already over here. Come here, watch this. This is the most difficult, but I'm telling you, it is worth the trouble because they are delicious. You don't want like a big swirl. You just want the idea. An idea of a swirl. Then you get right down in that water and you put that egg right in the middle. And it should swirl in on itself, which is exactly what it is doing. Then it cooks for 5 minutes. And that's the timer I'm going to set. It's a boiled egg outside of the shell. It's much more tender than a boiled egg in the shell. And it's fancy schmancy. They do these for 5-star restaurants. They put them on top of stuff. And when you cut into them, they do this beautiful melt, like melted butter. But that's a hard egg. I make it look a little easy because I've done this a lot. But it ain't. It ain't easy. Not even a little bit. And it's still wanting to boil. Alright, we'll wait on that. Let's go ahead and make our devil.
Do you usually have the best eggs ever.
I swear.
You put paprika on yours?
I do, yes.
Good.
I put,
Oh.
He took my teeth. I had
okay,
to.
but we don't want him to fall on the floor. Are you okay? Ooh, that's not cool. It scares me. And the omelet and the scrambled. See, we're nowhere near being done.
Yeah, so Cody, you're gonna have to move.
For the soft boiled, this should be runny in the middle.
That was so
Cody,
right.
get us on. Cody, get us on.
You seeing me?
Yeah.
6-minute egg. They're called dipping eggs, if that makes any sense. And so are these, because people take their toast and they dip it in it, like the wet part. That's a 6-minute egg. Now, is that safe? Yeah. The white part is the part that's the most dangerous. You are taking a risk if you're eating runny eggs, but it isn't a big risk. Okay? For the hard boiled, we should have no green. You ever open up a hard boiled egg and it's green around the edge? It's
No.
got a little tinge of green around the yolk. It's overcooked. Hard boiled should be hard in the center. It is. For deviled eggs, you cut them in half. Oh, they're both though. Used it.
Oh, that's a good angle. I'm gonna be.
Nah, we'll use that for scramble.
Wait.
Yes.
I'm
To
just
make deviled
saying.
eggs.
It's a good angle. You
You
can
take a spoon, you scoop out the yellow. Man, I just want to eat them. I love boiled eggs. They're good. A little bit of salt, some bacon bits, please. Good old
You cannot
breakfast.
tell me that it's not a good angle.
Not really.
What's a good angle? That's a good angle.
There ain't no good angle on this, baby. Come on. It's all good. I ain't worried about no angles as long as they
I
see
can't hold
eggs.
my wrist like that.
And they also need to be able to hear me, not Caitlin.
I'm just saying.
I know you are. I'm asking you to not just be saying.
Oh no.
Preach. And you add mustard. Yeah, I'm way off on the 20 minutes. That's okay.
That's why
Not
I
as
said-
fast as I used to be. It's like a teaspoon, tablespoon of mustard.
Don't you put relish in it?
I do, but some people don't like relish. and we don't got
That's
none,
messed
so
up.
we don't have any.
Relish.
Then you mix that together until it's the consistency of mashed potatoes. And I like mine a little bit chunky and not real smooth too. And people really don't like that. Some people put onion on them. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Ooh, I do have green onion for the omelets too. I forgot. Forgot that part. I think they're at my house though. Then you salt and pepper it.
What are you doing?
I put relish in mine just a little bit because it gives a little. Some people do jalapenos. Yum. Real good.
Jalapenos.
Oh yeah.
Never heard of that.
On a deviled egg, it's the bomb. And then you just fill it back up. And it's like a little egg salad. I love these for breakfast, y'all. Make some deviled eggs. Put them in the fridge. Just grab them before you go to school. Me and Willie got on a big deviled egg kick one year. Like, we wanted them all the time. It's when she learned how to make them, so she all the time wanted to make them. She's like, oh, can I make deviled eggs? I'm like, sure. Have at it. Deviled eggs, all kinds of fancy. Michaela, if you want to find the paprika, it's in the spice closet. And here in the South, we usually cover it with a little bit of paprika.
My great grandma
But
did
you
that.
need relish.
Okay.
Alright, we got 30 seconds on our poached egg. Same slotted spoon. Real careful, like. Lift that bad boy out of there. And I would be putting this on top of something else, like an English muffin or a pork chop and some grits, right? Then, when you go to cut the bad boy, oh, Michaela, you gotta come watch this. This is the sexy part, baby.
Oh,
right
nice.
here. The poached egg is the bomb. Like, this is why they do the poaching. It's
I don't like them. They
gorgeous.
taste terrible.
They don't. They're fabulous.
I have to add, what is it called? Apple cider vinegar to make it worse.
Ew, not apple cider vinegar. You need white vinegar, baby. That's why they're tasting terrible. Apple cider vinegar just tastes like blood. Like, why anybody would ever eat that's beyond me. So there's our dead sexy poached egg.
Oh, okay.
The really yucky looking 6-minute egg. And let's test these other ones, and then we'll do the scrambled and the omelet. This should be no runny in the middle. Is it runny? No. This is over medium. It should be runny in the middle. Is it? Yes. But the white is completely cooked. This is basted. Should be runny. Yes. And the white should be completely cooked. It is. That one's mine. I'm calling dibs.
Oh,
I
no.
want that. The over easy should have white that's raw. Do you see it? Right there.
That's my favorite.
Ew, God, I hate it. I don't like it. Looks like snot. I can't do it. That, forget about it. And these are all basted too if you guys want to try them. Super yum. I think I overcooked them though. And a little runny in the middle, not much. That one's runny. Yeah, that one's perfect. Now, scrambled and omelets. So much fun. Get that pan back on there, baby. I
What?
shine when it comes to
Oh,
omelets.
no, I
for
can't
real.
hear. I'm deaf.
What are you saying?
Nothing. I'm supposed to be quiet, apparently, Michaela.
She told you to.
Apparently,
Apparently.
since you're my recorder.
I mean, like, I feel like you need commentate. Like,
Yeah, girl, I don't need you commentating on me. I swear I don't. I need that. Like, I need, yeah. No, I really don't.
dang, okay. I'm just
For,
like,
for scrambled eggs, super easy. Put it in a bowl. If you want super fluffy scrambled eggs, you want to add a little bit of water. If you want super creamy, delicious scrambled eggs, then you add a little bit of milk or a little bit of whipping cream, which is what I'm
who
going to do.
adds water? Like, I'm just saying, I always add milk. Like,
Some people add water
Nothing.
to make them lighter and fluffier. I want rich, creamy. It's up to you. It's up to your taste. Then scramble the heck out of them. You want to break up all that white and all that yellow together. Do not salt and pepper these until they're cooked. Because if you add salt to a raw egg, it interferes with the cooking and it makes it really tough. It's not a good egg. Then into a hot pan with some butter. Butter for scrambled eggs. If you're gonna do an omelet, you need 3 eggs at least. Okay? 3 at least
we're
for an
doing an
omelet.
omelet tomorrow. Just say. No, it's okay. We can do whatever. I'm just saying.
I'm about to take it. Because I have to. Okay? For the scramble, you move them around. Pretty easy stuff. Once they get to the point that they're almost not shiny anymore, that's when you season them. And I love scrambled eggs. Most kids love scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs are a safe bet if you're worried about salmonella. Okay? Scramble them suckers. They're real good with some toast and some hash browns. Yum. What you don't want to do is overcook them. Scrambled eggs should not be brown. Alright? And there's this thing called carry over cooking that happens. Did I get enough plates? When you take it out of the pot, it is still cooking. So you want to take them out when they're still just a tiny bit shiny because they will finish cooking on the plate. What, honey? Yeah, well. I need a big one for the omelet, but yeah, I didn't see those. Omelet. I got a trick for some omelets. Make a bomb omelet, I do. And I love an omelet. Sometimes we'll do omelets for dinner because they're just good, y'all. It's got all the good stuff in it. You want to make sure that every surface of this pan is covered in that butter because the omelet is tricky. I'm not going to add milk or anything to an omelet because I don't want it ripping apart on me. I don't want to add anything to it. The trick for the omelet. Learned it in college of all places. people would let it sit like this, and then they put all their stuff in it, and then they try to flip it, and it would turn out really ugly, and they'd be sad, right? When you start to see that it is, see how it's cooking on the bottom? You want to pull in your edges to the center and let that wet egg take the place of the egg that you just moved. See what I'm doing? I am pulling all that wet egg. See what I just did? That's kind of awesome, huh? Then, that's when I put all my stuff on. Alright? Cheese. And what you do is you only put it on half. You don't put it on the whole thing. Because you don't want to have to fold a really heavy section of omelet over on top of a section that's not heavy. Because it's going to break. It's going to be ugly. I should do this for a living, y'all. I swear I should. Then you grab this edge. And see, it's still like not wanting to cooperate with me a little bit. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to sit here for a second. I'm going to talk to it nice. Come on, omelet. Work for me, omelet. Don't y'all ever talk to your food? I do. Like, come on, baby. It'll just cook. Now, I'm going to try to grab it again with the spatula. And I want this half of my omelet. See, sometimes you got to bend at the back to make that one happen. That's a dead sexy omelet. Then I pull it to the center. Man, it smells good too.
I can't smell.
I smell my
To
hair.
the
It smells so
center.
good.
And I'm going to flip it one time. And I'm going to do it from the heaviest side. And I'm going to keep it real low and real slow. Okay, did you see that? Now an omelet should be a little bit brown. They smell different too. Do you notice how it smells different, the omelet? I can always tell the difference between an omelet cooking and any other kind of egg. I don't know why. They smell different. Right? Now what you want, ideally, is melted cheese and no melted egg. Okay? Melted cheese only, no melted egg. And if you tuck it in on the edges like I showed you, you won't have any raw egg in your omelet. I'm gonna peek at it a little bit. Is it done? Yeah, it's done. And there's your omelet. Alright, that's it.
Can I?
12 eggs in 45 minutes. I don't even know how long it took.
Can I end it?
Yes!